Hi guys, welcome to another audio video elaborating Job 37 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, "At this also my heart trembleth, and he is moved out of his place. Hear attentively the noise of his voice, and the sound that goeth out of his mouth. He directeth it under the whole heaven, and is lightning unto the ends of the earth. After it a voice roareth, he thundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard. God thundereth marvellously with his voice, great things doeth he, which we cannot comprehend. For he saith to the snow, Be thou on the earth, likewise to the small rain, and to the great rain of his strength. He sealeth up the hand of every man, that all men may know his work. Then the beasts go into dens, and remain in their places. Out of the south cometh the whirlwind, and cold out of the north. By the breath of God frost is given, and the breath of the waters is straitened. Also by water he wearieth the thick cloud, he scattereth his bright cloud, and it is turned round about by his counsels, that they may do whatsoever he commandeth them upon the face of the world in the earth. He causeth it to come, whether for correction, or for his land, or for mercy. Hearken unto this, O Job, stand still, and consider the wondrous works of God. Dost thou know when God disposed them, and caused the light of his cloud to shine? Dost thou know the balancings of the cloud, the wondrous works of him which is perfect in knowledge? How thy garments are warm, when he quieteth the earth by the south wind? Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong, and as a molten looking glass? Teach us what we shall say unto him, for we cannot order our speech by reason of darkness. Shall it be told him that I ask, if a man speak, surely he shall be swallowed up. And now men see not the bright light which is in the clouds, but the wind passeth and cleanseth them. Fair weather cometh out of the north, with God his terrible majesty. Touching the Almighty, we cannot find him out. He is excellent in power, and in judgment, and in plenty of justice. He will not afflict. Men do therefore fear him. He respecteth not any that are wise of heart. Alright guys, so in this chapter we see where Elihu is continuing with his speech. He is speaking of God, and he's telling Job that he needs to be still, he needs to be quiet and remember what God has done, all the wondrous works of God, and that God is not like man, and God does not afflict. So Job was thinking that God caused this to happen to him, but it was not God that caused it to happen to him. God only allowed it to happen. He was not the one that inflicted the pain. He was not the one that afflicted him. And so Elihu wanted him to understand this. And Elihu wanted him to understand that God's ways are not like men. God does not think like man. And so he's not someone that we can actually comprehend just how he works and why this is. And so it is not for Job to question what God is doing in his life. It's just for him to accept it and to be thankful in it, because I think because in his state of confusion, he's in so much pain, because he's in so much pain and he's going through so much suffering, he's basically in a state of confusion, pardon me. So this has some adverse effects on him, the pain and the agony that he's going through. And so he's just confused. And so it is here that Ellie was telling him, look, my brother, you are losing your way. You need to sit and you need to remember all the wondrous works of God. God is not like man. God is not like man. His judgments are pure. He's just in everything that he does. You need to understand that. So you need not justify yourself to him. Why do you want to seek an audience with him to justify yourself? That's not necessary. Be still and wait on the Lord. Wait until he allows this storm to pass over. He is indeed wonderful and he is indeed powerful enough to bring you through this. He has done all these wondrous works and he can restore you. He can carry you. Why are you speaking of death? Why are you speaking of death? Why are you speaking of going to the grave, to the dust from whence you came? I thought your faith was so strong that it was one that I could try. Why now are you trying to condemn yourself? Why is it now that you're trying to basically deter us from understanding this? I set you here. You're in this position because I, God, trusted in you. I, God, thought you capable of going through all this. And I thought you'd go through all this and praise me nonetheless and be somewhat righteous just the same. Come out unscathed. I was boasting of you to the devil. Okay, and so guys, we need to remember that sometimes it's not that God is doing stuff to us, but he allows us to go through certain things to prove ourselves or to make ourselves approved, to show just how much we love him, to show how much we trust in him, to show how much we know that he will actually be there for us, that we can actually depend on him, to lean on him and not think about our current circumstance, that we forget just how powerful he is. Right? So guys, I'm going to charge you to always remember that through everything, God is able to deliver you. He's able to bring you through if the need be. Okay? So just keep the faith, trust him, and lean on him. Alright? Alright guys, I'm going to leave you right there. Please remember to continue to walk in your salvation. And if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.